And welcome back. Well, having a special needs child can carry a heavy toll on any family.
Filmmaker Joey Papa says his little girl, Kanan, had a transformative effect on his entire family's life. Kanan passed away at only 3.5 without a formal diagnosis, and now Joey wants to give all kids who have special needs a voice. He created the documentary In the Land of Canaan. It follows 5 families with the message that kids with special needs are here to teach us. And we are super happy to welcome Joey to the Morning Blend right now. In just a bit, we're going to tell you about the very first screening of the film, and it's free. It's sponsored by the United Way, which is wonderful. You'll have the opportunity to see it. But first, let's talk a little bit about your daughter and this film. Tiff and I both watched the preview today. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
really beautiful. Tell us a little bit about her.
Yeah, so Kanan was our 4th child. I have 5 kids total. She was born, the pregnancy was normal, but then after she was born, things went crazy, so she was transferred up to Children's in Milwaukee. She never had a formal diagnosis, but what I recognized about 1.5 years into her life is that there had been so many changes that I had seen within myself because of the trial and the difficulties that she was presenting in my life. And so then I started thinking to myself, I'm sure it's not just me. You know, I'm sure this is something that's common among lots of families who have children with special needs. And so I was surprised at the transformative power that she had on not only myself, my family, my spiritual community, and then the general community that surrounded us.
Absolutely. What kind of special needs did Kanan have? What kind of challenges did she present to your family?
Yeah, most of them were neurological. So she never walked. She said a few words in her life. Difficult eating. And then towards the end, breathing became a big concern and issue.
It's got to be hard. It's hard for anybody to lose a child. Yeah. But you lost a child, and then you have to deal with your own grief, the other people around her who love her, but then you've got other children.
Yes.
Who also you have to explain way too early the concept of life and death.
Yeah.
How was that for you, and how did that change you?
Well, ironically, I started a video blog to kind of just share with the world the lessons I had learned from my daughter. Did not know that she was going to pass away, and 7 days later she did. So I ended up continuing that blog. It was my grieving blog, which was an interesting thing. But to watch my children and my wife have to experience the pain and the grieving process as well just kind of compounds the pain. You know, to watch other people in pain is actually more painful than even what you're going through. And so it's been very interesting to navigate those waters because everyone grieves differently. My wife had a different process than I did, and I think we knew early on that we needed to respect and honor one another's grieving process, that they're not going to be the same. And so that's kind of how we've gone through it, and the film itself has been very therapeutic for me. You know, a lot of people have said, how in the world can you do this? You just lost your daughter. But truthfully, to have the privilege to give her and children like her the opportunity to be seen and heard has been therapeutic and phenomenal.
Tremendous purpose.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's other families and children featured. How did you find the families and the children that you chose to feature in the Land of Canaan? Yeah,
so we traveled throughout the country. We went to Florida, Oklahoma, Colorado Springs. Some of them were good friends from years ago. Others we just found through the internet. One of them in Florida, his story went worldwide a few times. He's literally a medical miracle. So I just reached out to their family, and they were very compliant and wanted to be a part of it.
It's so sweet. You see a lot of tears in this, but the thing that's striking to me is how many smiles you see too.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to show. We want to showcase that when you hear about having a child with special needs, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, I wish that would never happen to me. But there is a secret, there is a treasure, that when you're willing to go through the pain with them and experience the difficulties that they present, there is a transformative power that can happen that brings you into a greater joy and satisfaction than anything I've ever found in this life. And that's what we want to show people.
Do you think that parents and family and community members who have not gone through this personally in their life, what do you hope that they'll take away from this movie?
Yeah, so from the movie, we're actually establishing the Kanan Foundation, and part of its purpose is to help general society to start social reform, because we want to show people, we want to invite people into the lives of families with children with special needs and give them the opportunity to get a taste of what we're talking about, that transformative power. And our hope is that people will actually go out and make a friend. Go out of their way to befriend someone or a family with a child with special needs and get firsthand experience of what we're talking about.
Yeah, because sometimes there's fear. You know, you don't want to ask too many questions, or you know, you don't want to offer help for fear that you're looking too sympathetic or something. So I think just understanding, be able to have a conversation is a really great gateway to making more acceptance.
Absolutely, and that's, you know, that's something that I think is a big gap right now in our society, is that there isn't any resource for friends that have a friend who has a child that has medical complications. And so that's something that the foundation wants to do as well, is provide those resources to enable people, because that's the number one thing, is how do I talk to my friend now? Is it too intrusive? You know, all these questions need to be answered.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It is great. And you've got the first screening, and it's free, again, sponsored by the United Way. It's in the Land of Canaan. You can learn more by visiting the website inthelandofcanaan.com. But the free screening is Saturday the 25th. It's at 10:30 at the Marcus Theater in Franklin. And that's where you can learn more and see the first showing of this, hopefully many more. And hopefully it'll be passed on to many families and people and friends as well. So thanks so much for your great work.
Absolutely. If people do want to come see it, they just need to go to inthelandofcanaan.com. Click on the tickets link, and they can get tickets that way.
Awesome, yeah, and a lot of people are already attending, so get your tickets today.
Absolutely.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
So much.
Appreciate
it.